Hello, I'm John Benson, and now I'm going to do, other than move the camera all over the place, I'm going to do a little comment or a little book review on The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This is the book. I don't usually show the books or haven't before because, I don't want to upset anybody, but, I don't really think anybody's going to watch these anyway, but I showed this book because this is an excellent book. This is so wonderful. It's a fantastic read, good ideas, um, something thought provoking and interesting on many levels. Interesting as far as the writing style and how it's done and what's going on. And the ideas involved. So I really enjoyed it. It's one of those books that I tried not to read too quick because I was enjoying it a lot and I wanted to enjoy it some more. There's not so many books or TV shows or movies that I really enjoy, and this was certainly something I knew right away that was going to be good. Well, fairly right away. I mean, not right off the bat. It was a little at the beginning. It 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 it, it was a little predictable. A little, like I kind of got it, from reading the about the book or whatever else. How that was going to work out at the beginning, but it still was, somewhat humorous and even though it's a fun, humorous book to read, I mean that's certainly not all there is to this book. I found this book because I was listening to something on TV about NPR's books, best books ever, something book list, and this was the most recent or the newest book on that list, and many of the others of the other books on the list. I would certainly agree that they belonged on some of the best books, and so I hadn't heard of this book before. Went and got it. I'm really happy I did. Um, it's about an autistic child. Well, he's in junior high, high school, and in England, and he does go to kind of special ed in the UK, but he's going to take the math tests for what would be everybody or all the mainstream kids, and that's a big deal for him, for his family, and for the school, for everybody, and because he really is intelligent and smart, but he does have a lot of social issues, which and the fun part is that the book is written as if the child is the one writing the book, and it's from his perspective, and the child is writing, and he states what his issues are socially and what he has difficulty with and what he thinks about that, and so a lot of that's fun. There's a lot of fun things and worthwhile reading things there just for that bit on how to relate more to people with those sorts of challenges. A lot of fun to read. I'm not trying to put that down as if it's just fun, but it is meaningful, and the book does a good job covering that issue. I think I'm not in that field, and I don't know anything for sure. I'm not a professional in that, but it seemed like I learned things, I think, from it. The other part of it had to do more as um, uh, uh, child custody sort of issues, and as a former or retired family law attorney, uh, that was something I think they handled really well. There are so many times that I had uh, parents who had done things like, I mean, not exactly what happened in the book, but so much of what I heard was so often things I actually heard in real life. I think they did that really well, And I think this would be a wonderful book for um, attorneys in family law, or attorneys that are thinking about going into family law. If you're in law school, uh, to read. I don't know about the parents themselves. It might be difficult for them to relate, or they might very well just dismiss one thing as this or one thing as that. But they really did a really good job of putting that out there, and how often it is that um, a lot of bad decisions can get made, and it is very tough and very difficult, and most tough and difficult for the children involved, and the people making those decisions often don't even really, not that they don't consider them, they really do consider them, but they aren't really aware of just how bad or how that their choices are. Um, so I really enjoyed the book. The style, like I said, was interesting, being from a perspective of an autistic child, and you really get to know that. It never gets that tired, though. It never got to me that, the way that the most sentences keep running on with and after and after and. Fine, that's the way this person talks or writes in this case, and it worked. It worked very well. It forwarded the story, and it really put you in the head of the child, not the author. You really forget that there's an author, a professional author writing this, not that this is coming from that child. It's very believable that it's coming from this child, and so well done, and it furthered the story. It was done not in any kind of exploitive way. It was done to make a point and to have the readers relate. I certainly related, and I was interested and rooting for the child all the time, and and that's what made it compelling. And I was certainly really compelled, really pulled through the book. Enjoyed reading all of it, and had a hard time putting it down. It was a page turner. It was something I really enjoyed to keep reading, and it didn't put me to sleep. I was reading chapters or chunks of it at a time, and trying before I actually went to sleep. So I'm very happy with the book. I I, I thought it was entertaining and informative. Really good ideas in here. Very well written. So I would certainly recommend the book to anybody. The curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. Great book. So thanks. See you next time. This is John Benson.